Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I bring you 5 tips in order to survive this winter testing. If either you are a rookie or a veteran already of the sport, you'll find something interesting in here. So, let's begin. Times mean nothing. Sort of. Every year as a Formula 1 fan, you get exactly the same advice. During preseason, lap times mean nothing. And that is mostly true, while teams are not pushing to the limit, and every team has a different testing method. For example, Haas is known to push a lot, while Mercedes is known for filling their side pods with sand. However, the average times that we get actually mean something. Now, sure, you cannot really take them at face value, however, we can already get a general sense of the pecking order. So my advice is, don't just take what you see and believe that the fastest team is actually going to be the fastest team at the beginning of the year, because during testing these things don't matter. However, if you do apply some critical thinking, you can actually get a general sense of the pecking order. If you go as back as 2012, only 2 teams who were fastest during testing actually won the Constructors' Championship, so do take that in mind. Red flags galore. If this is your first Formula 1 testing preseason, then this must come as a surprise. However, there will be a lot of red flags. During these little tests, teams will find a lot of little gremlins. However, these issues are usually not that bad, and this didn't really used to be a huge problem. Because sure, of course, you have a red flag, your car must stop and then it must be towed back to the pits, you'll lose a little bit of testing. And other teams, they get a little bit more annoyed because they actually lose testing time and their cars are perfectly fine. A lot of the issues that we'll see should be really small, however, with this limited time of testing, teams will feel it much more. Also, the reason for a lot of red flags is, you are in preseason testing, you don't really need to go the full race distance, so if any sensor picks up anything wrong, the teams just prefer to stop the car and really not risk anything breaking. And talking about the shorter test, let's dive in a little bit more. 2023 brings a brand new testing calendar. Before, teams enjoyed 2 weekends. First, you enjoyed 3 days from Friday to Sunday on Barcelona, and then, a couple weeks later, 3 days from Friday to Sunday as well, but on Bahrain. This year, for other reasons, political reasons, and money, we only got the Bahrain testing. Now, another change implemented is the testing times. Before, teams had 8 hours to test their cars. Now teams have a luxurious 8 hours and a half per day, so 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours and 30 minutes in the afternoon. This results in basically 50% less testing than compared to last season. Now this is a really big issue, especially for the rookies. They are not used to Formula 1 cars at all, so this will be a big shock to them. They will not be prepared at all at the beginning of the season. But it's not only a rookie problem. Even Fernando Alonso has actually complained about the lack of testing, so this will be a thing to look out for. Testing liveries. Now this is not certain, but has happened in the past. With a brand new season there are teams making aerodynamic gains, and they don't necessarily want to show them off. So, during testing, certain teams, like Red Bull and Alfa Romeo, create one-off liveries just for testing. Here are some examples now. Basically, the highly intricate liveries actually hide a little bit of the car, so the teams don't actually show all of their gains during winter. And check out that black and blue Red Bull, it's amazing. I just wish they actually raced it, but just for testing. And lastly, we have aborting laps. This will be the most interesting of them all. If you actually pay attention during testing this weekend, you will see drivers slowing down or aborting laps altogether. The track is divided in 3 sectors, and the total time of the cars taken in each sector tells you the lap time. Now, if a driver is going really fast in the first 2 sectors and then aborts the lap in the 3rd, that results in a testing time that will be a little bit lower. This is actually a tactic that a lot of teams use to not show their full potential. While sure, teams will complete full laps, but not pushing at 100%. And no team should push at 100% during testing. However, by aborting laps or going slowly in the middle of the lap, they actually can push a little bit more and get a notion for where the car is. All this while actually hiding their true lap time. All the teams do this, even the top 3, especially Mercedes, but if you actually look closely, you'll see that Red Bull and Ferrari will also be aborting laps. This is perfectly normal. This is a thing that I don't think we get, the mini sector times. These are basically the sectors 1, 2 and 3 divided in more sectors. Now, if you actually push in those mini sectors, you get purple times. However, if they don't show it to us and we only get the 3 sector times, if they actually push like for a couple of corners and then they drop off the pace, you get a yellow sector or even a green sector, but not a really fast one. However, this could actually turn into a little game, and I invite you to try this preseason. Basically, this is how you play. You get all of the times that the driver did from the morning to the afternoon. Then, using the sector times, you can actually calculate the ideal lap. Basically, just grab the best 3 sectors from all of the laps and calculate a theoretical best. This is when a driver actually doesn't put just an outright fastest lap with 3 purple sectors, you can get the theoretical best. You can actually see this a lot in video games. They basically tell you the best lap that you could theoretically get if you're as consistent as possible. This usually means a couple tenths less, however, there's no way to be certain. Now, with all of this information, you can actually understand what's going on during testing, and it's going to be really interesting this year. Keep your eyes peeled and try to calculate the theoretical best to actually understand where the drivers are really gaining a lot of time or losing a lot of time. But remember, even if you do all of this, the real times only come March 5th. Until then, we need to wait. Do you intend to watch the preseason testing? Please let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Thank you very much. Have a good day.